Good afternoon and welcome to the first episode of Purposely for 2021. And who better to kick it off with than a returning guest? So Brooke Vulinovich, you probably remember her for one of my first poddies. And she still holds the record, shall I say, for the most downloads out of anyone that's ever been on my podcast. So well done.
Oh, that's amazing. How cool.
So let's see if you can break your own record.
What if I don't? What does that mean? People are like, no, we don't want to hear her anymore.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You've always got wonderful things to share. And I know that today we're going to be talking about your new ebook, which has a whole bunch of cool tips and tricks on how to grow your Instagram following in 2021 because, you know, the times are a-changing.
Times are a-changing. Yeah, definitely. The platform's evolving. There's more people on it. There's so much content. So brands need to keep up with what's trending this year if they want to continue to grow.
Amazing. So let's kick off. How have things changed? Because I would imagine since the COVID, the virtual world has just been on steroids in every single way. More people are using socials to communicate and feel connected, and the way that we communicate and interact with each other has also changed, and consumers' wants and desires and the environment that they're living in has changed. So how has that impacted how people are showing up on Insta? Because it is very crowded now, I would say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, if anything, it's impacted in a good way for brands because our customers are online more, but because there's so much content for them to shift through, we can actually get away with posting less now because of the amount of time. Yeah, I know. Sneaky. So
cool.
More customers spending more time on the app, looking at our content that we don't have to post as much. That's a win.
That is a massive win because, before Christmas, I was posting every day. And I'm not going to lie, I was getting content fatigue.
Because
Which
is normal.
It is normal. It's really hard to keep creating content and to keep things fresh. And so how do people do that? I mean, I plan out my content because I've been in the social club, so I know some of your tips and tricks, and it is you need to plan what you're going to do, and you need to kind of have a goal in mind and some intent. So I plan out a month in advance, and then if things come up, because you'll be walking along, you're like, oh, that's a really good Insta post or something, as we all do.
Yeah.
But how do people keep it fresh and stop that whole Insta content or just content fatigue?
Yeah, totally. Look, I think planning is definitely the key to anything in life. I think people need to start, if they haven't already, don't treat your Instagram as an afterthought. Treat it as a serious part of your marketing strategy and dedicate the time to it. Because if you treat it as an afterthought, then you will get overwhelmed and you will wake up and go, oh my God, I haven't posted anything in 4 days, but what should I post and what would be relevant and what's going to grow my following? Whereas if you dedicate time once a month or once a week, whatever it is, depending on how you like to plan your content, then on that day, at that time, you're in the zone. This is content planning time. You prepare your content, and so you don't get that overwhelm and that fatigue and that feeling that comes on of like, oh my God, my business is going to suffer if I don't do something right now. And then you either put up a post that's shit, and so you don't get engagement, and then you don't want to post again, and it starts that circle, or you do nothing at all and you don't get engagement and you don't get followers, and it starts that circle. So definitely prepping your content and batching your content is how to avoid those issues for sure.
Oh my God, I just saw a spider run.
Stop it. I don't do spiders. You need to move house immediately. Oh, you just moved. Looks like you're moving again.
I know there's these weird little black spiders here, and they're everywhere. My husband got bitten by one.
Stop
and
it.
there was two little fang marks, and his vein went like a weird color, and then his eyes went all puffy and red.
Stop it. And now he's Spider-Man?
He is, yeah, pretty much. So anyway,
Is he okay?
He's fine, yeah, he's fine. Like he woke up and he's like, I think I got bitten by a spider yesterday. And I was like, well, he's like, do you reckon I'll be all right? And I said, well, if you're going to die, you probably would have died in your sleep overnight. So I guess you'll be right, mate.
You're a good wife. It's such an Aussie attitude. Oh, you'll be right. You would have died by now. I'm sure you're fine.
Exactly. So what if can people download this ebook that you've written, and why is it important that people continually upgrade their knowledge in regards to Instagram? Because like people think, oh well, I've learnt everything, I know how it works. Why does it keep on changing, and why do you need to keep up to date?
If you'd learnt everything, I wouldn't have a job. So I guarantee you have not learnt everything, because Instagram changes constantly. These apps have to continue to grow and evolve for a couple of reasons. Instagram makes money by delivering you ads. Now, in order to deliver you more ads and make more money, it needs to find constant new and exciting ways to keep you on the platform. And that's why we've seen the introduction of Reels, which was probably the biggest thing in 2020, because Reels is an exact ripoff of TikTok. Now, TikTok, which is another social platform, absolutely boomed in 2020 and started to take some audience attention away from Instagram. So what does Insta do? It goes, right, we'll just release the same feature on our app in order to bring people back to the app, spend more time on the app, get delivered more ads, and, you know, try and balance out that revenue loss that would have occurred when TikTok, getting social media fatigue, when TikTok got introduced. So this is why us as marketers and businesses need to stay on top of what all the new features are, because they keep coming. And when you understand that Instagram is a business and you understand why, it makes sense that it does chop and change constantly. So to answer your first question about the ebook, I'm sure you'll put it in the show notes or something like that. There'll be a link that people can click and download and read what they need to do in 2021 to really keep up with the changes and ensure that their account continues to grow with the right following as well. It's all about having the right following, because I can show you how to grow an account really, 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 really big, but I can't show you how to convert them into customers if they're not people who have a want or a need for what it is that you offer. That's what it's all about. That's the key to success, ensuring that the content that you're delivering is providing value to your target market. That's how you make sales on the platform. And when you hit that sweet spot where you know exactly who you're targeting, you're constantly sharing content that's valuable to them and it's attracting those followers, then you start the streamline of just converting customers every day while you sleep, waking up in the morning, new sales, and it all works. And you think, wow, I could do it, which you can do it, but you've got to know the information first.
Love it. So are we going to go through, I think that there was 4 things. Is there 4 things? How many things are there that we're going to talk about?
So there's 5 things. Let's go through maybe 2 of them, which I have already touched on. So I have an eyelash attacking me while I'm trying to talk. I know, worst. So the first thing that I touched on just then is knowing your audience. I cannot stress this enough. The biggest mistake that people face on Instagram, or the biggest roadblock to converting followers to customers, is that the business doesn't know who their target market is. And when you don't know who your target market is, you can't possibly create content that they're going to care about, because It's the difference between posting for you and posting for who's consuming it. Instagram is not a microphone. It's a telephone. It's a platform to have a two-way conversation with your audience. And when you know who that audience is in as much detail as possible, you can find them on the platform and you can consistently deliver content that you know that they're going to love. When they love it, they engage with it. When they engage with it, Instagram shows it to more people. You get more customers and the whole wheels start to move in motion. But the fundamental ground zero of that is knowing who this customer is. So in the ebook, it will talk you through identifying this customer and making sure that you're attracting them consistently through your content. And then probably the second biggest tip in the book is this whole idea around Reels. So I mentioned it before, TikTok was introduced. It really took a large chunk of the market share of attention from Instagram. And so Instagram's response to that or answer to that was the introduction of this new video feature, Reels. So Reels allows you to share 15 to 30 seconds of content to audio that remains on your feed. So unlike stories, which disappears after 24 hours, Reels is there forever. Now, one of the trends on TikTok when Reels first came out was TikTokers making up these dances to music, and that's what would go viral. And obviously when Reels was created, that trend shifted onto Reels. Now, I personally do not need anyone seeing me dancing on the internet. I don't know about you. And I think it's freaked out a lot of business owners because they've got stuck in that comparison paralysis where they've seen other people do it. And look, don't get me wrong. If dancing on Reels is your thing for your business and you feel confident doing that, then get it, girl. Like, I am here to support it fully, but it doesn't mean it's the only way to grow on the platform. And ultimately, if you don't feel confident doing it, don't do it, because your audience will feel that you don't feel confident doing it. And it's going to do no favors to your account. So that's probably the second biggest tip. You don't have to share dancing videos on Instagram.
Can I ask a question? I was so confused because I didn't know that this whole Reels thing had happened. I've obviously been under a rock. So all these people on Instagram, I've seen them doing these things where they go and they have all these the captions come up and they've got music.
Reels. Yeah,
I'm like, what's going on? Why is everyone doing this? Like, it's just, I thought that was a TikTok thing. Like, I was so confused, and I was like, should I be doing this? Like, have I missed the boat? Like, should I be dancing and like pointing to things and doing this? Like, I was kind of freaked out. And then I was like, oh, do you need, because then some of them have TikTok down the bottom. So it's like they do it on TikTok and then they post it there.
Which is what they do. Yeah. So what TikTok did, which was very clever, they made it very, very, very easy that when you created content in TikTok, with one tap, you could share it to Instagram, which was clever because that's how they got their audience. It's all of these features and things that happen on these apps, they're not by mistake. They're all very, very strategically done. I mean, if I was Instagram, I'd be pissed, but what can you do?
So you have to do that on TikTok and then share it there, or can you do that in Instagram? You can do the videos.
You can do it in Instagram. Yeah.
Sorry, I just have to act it out every time I do it.
I love your hand movements. You nail it. You'll be fine. You've got this in the bag. No, you don't have to do it on TikTok. But the issue with Instagram Reels is, unlike TikTok, Instagram still has a lot of copywriting issues around music. And a lot of accounts don't have access to music on Instagram yet, or they do have access, but it's very, very limited songs. Whereas on TikTok, any account can get any song that they want create the content, and then just share it to Instagram. There's nothing Instagram can do about it. So,
yeah. I guess my other question is for people out there who are listening, like, is TikTok a thing? Are businesses making money on TikTok? Like,
totally.
Are you on TikTok?
I have an account because I knew that before Instagram released Reels, they said something is coming. And I just had a feeling within my gut, also from my experience over the years working with the Instagram platform. When Instagram introduces a new feature, it's a direct copy of another platform. So when Instagram introduced stories, it was pretty much a direct copy of Snapchat. Instagram's now introduced Reels, pretty much direct copy of TikTok. Instagram's introduced IGTV, pretty much direct copy of YouTube. So with the rise of TikTok, I got on it because I thought, something is coming in Instagram, and everything about my experience of working with this platform tells me it's going to be very, very similar to TikTok. And funnily enough, I was right. So I got very familiar with the app, which was really helpful because as soon as Instagram did release Reels, I understood how to use it so I could teach it then to my customers. I think I've posted one TikTok ever, so like, don't get excited. But I am a consumer of the content as well. I also recommend to my social club members, if you're trying to get ideas for what to do as Reels, download TikTok, search a keyword relating to what you do, and have a look at the content there. There's so many content ideas on the platform. So you don't have to post on the platform to be able to view what's on there. But it's an incredible source of education and learning. And to answer your question about whether businesses are making money on it, yeah, they certainly are. But don't panic. If you're not on it, don't think, oh my God, I need to be on it. You don't need to be on it. If Instagram is where your audience are and Instagram is where you feel comfortable, then stay creating content on Instagram. But if you're stuck for content ideas, use TikTok as a source to get those ideas.
I love it. Great advice. So we've gone through two of the things that are in the ebook that people need to know about nailing Insta in 2021 in the new world. I'm not going to say the new normal because I really hate that term. I think I
hate it too.
Really works on me because this is not normal and it's never going to be normal. But anyway, we won't get.
It's not normal for us. For kids that are born today, maybe this is their new normal, but it's not for us.
I fucking hope not. But anyway, especially you got a little bun in the oven, which we were talking about before. You're going to be a mum soon. How many weeks are you?
So I am now 21 and a half weeks. So I'm halfway. I know it's been such a crazy journey. Unfortunately, it's not been a great journey. I was very sick, very sick.
Were you? Like in the first 3 months?
Yeah, like couldn't move. It was just it was horrible. But I had to keep reminding myself because everyone kept telling me, oh, you must have a really healthy baby. And I was like, I hope so. But I'm having a boy. He's great. He's healthy. Everything is as amazing as it could be. And I'm just now that I'm feeling better, I'm like, I want him to be here. Like I want to meet him. And I'll probably regret saying that when I haven't slept in like 4 months or whatever. But right now I'm like, oh, I just want to like meet him and hang out and like play and stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
No. Are you going to get one of those 3D scan things where you can, because I got one of those
now. We had one. Yeah, we had them from the very beginning. I think our obstetrician must have like a different machine. Isn't it wild? It's so crazy what they can do.
You can see their face. You can see their profile. I've got a picture of Sebastian and you can when you hold it up to him, and you can literally, like when he was born, like, or when he was 6 months old, and you can see the likeness, like you can literally see what he looks like. Crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing the technology that's available now. What they can do. It's really cool. Really cool.
It is. Well, you're glowing, so it's pregnancy's obviously agreeing with you. And I also laughed because you posted it on Instagram, and then next minute you're in the newspaper.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
So funny. You're like, oh my God, Dom, look, we're in the newspaper. And then I saw the video of you showing your dad, and it was so hilarious.
It was cute, wasn't it? Oh, that was so funny. One of my friends messaged me and was like, do you know that your pregnancy is in the paper? And I was like, what? Why? And then we went and bought it. And it was in the Sunday Times as well, which is like the big paper in WA, the busy one. And I was like, what is going on? It was so funny. And then I was like, damn you, baby. I work my ass off to get a media feature. You just lie around all day and boom, you're in the paper.
Boom. How funny is it though that they just, like, they obviously didn't ask you if it was okay to publish that.
I had no idea.
Nor did they ask for your permission, I'm assuming, to use that picture. And then bam, they've done this story. Like, did it feel weird? Did it feel like, oh my God, like my privacy's been invaded in a way? Or
I mean, no, like, let's be honest, my account's not on private, so anyone can take the pictures. And Crystal, who was one of the journalists or reporters, has done a story on me before. So we do have a link together. So no, it didn't feel like the picture was the picture that I put on Instagram to share that we were pregnant. So it was just funny because it was just, any unexpected media or PR, when it's positive, obviously it's not funny when it's negative, but when it's positive, it's like, do people care?
Yeah, there you go. You're officially famous now. You've got the paparazzi following you.
Well, not me, but the baby is.
Oh, well, I wonder if his birth will make it into the paper.
Maybe. We'll see. You'll find out in 4 months.
There we go. But I mean, it's a really interesting story for other people out there that sometimes you end up using Instagram, you end up getting in the media, and they can write stuff about you. So, like, it's being watched. Journos are now gleaning content from socials. That's where they're getting it. Socials are the news source, right?
Oh, 100%. And I always say to anyone that says to me, I want to get involved in the media, like, obviously working with Channel 9 now, which I've done for over 2 years, I have met different people that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet. But the amazing thing is all these journalists and reporters and newsreaders and producers, they're all on Instagram. So find out who they are, look them up on LinkedIn, go through the paper, go through magazines and connect with the people that you are interested in connecting with, because that's the beginning. I'm pretty sure that's how my whole connection with the Western Australian begun. I followed Crystal, who was the journalist, and then she must have followed me back and sort of watched what I was doing for a while, and then slid into my DMs and said, I'm really interested in your story. Would you be interested in us running a little story on you? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Expecting it to go into the social pages. And then she messaged me the night before, like the big story that first ran. She messaged me the night before and she was like, guess what? My editor has actually picked up your story for the news section. And then I ended up on page 6 on grand final day. So again, like a huge day for media. And that article, that original article, this isn't the baby one, but just went nuts. And it all began on Instagram. So it does prove the power of these platforms for building connections, and then you never know who's watching,
Absolutely. And I think people need to realize that all of the journos, they are constantly looking for content.
Constantly.
They need content. And so if you can deliver them content on a nice silver platter that's ready to go with a beautiful story that's packaged up, like, I've done media training and they teach you about media releases and media grabs and how to grab attention, and it's just like an Instagram post, right? You're trying to grab someone's attention, tell them a story, make them feel something, make them feel an emotion, make them feel connected to you. So if you can do that with the journos, then that's some free publicity right there. But we're running out of time, so let's go through the next area or tip that you're going to cover off in your book, and we might get time for another one, but you never know. Depends how much you're doing on.
So what did we do? We did knowing your audience. We did reels. Okay, and then the last one, because otherwise people will have nothing left to read, is the whole concept that I touched on at the start. You don't need to be posting all day, every day.
Yes, yeah. I'm keen. Tell me, Sensei.
So as I said before, Instagram isn't a microphone, it's a telephone. Your time spent engaging on the platform, so responding to comments, responding to DMs, watching stories, watching reels, replying to stories, commenting on reels, engaging with the people that you follow, searching for new accounts and engaging with their content. That is worth just as much time and just as much to the algorithm as pumping out content every single day. So if you're not enjoying sharing content every day, well, take a step back and reassess your plan and your strategy for the platform. And it's better that you create 3 really high quality posts for the week than 7 average-ish posts for the week. And then on the days that you're not sharing posts, spend time engaging on the platform instead.
I love it. That's really, really cool, because I didn't realize that the engaging with other people's accounts all counts towards the algorithm. I guess it makes sense. Instagram is looking to promote and help and push people who are highly engaged within the platform and spending lots of time in there.
Because they make more money off ads. It all comes back to Instagram making money. How can they make money all the time? And there's a variety of ways as long as you're on the platform.
That's right. They want to keep you on there. They want to keep you scrolling. So a question that's just come up for me, because my husband and I were talking about this the other day, and he actually deleted Instagram from his phone because he got really freaked out, because a lot of people don't realize this, but Instagram and Facebook are listening to everything that we say. So if you have Messenger, or this is what I've been told, I'd love to hear whether you think it's true or not. And say, like, for instance, my husband and I were talking about buying a robotic vacuum. And then next minute, like, we had a 10-minute conversation because I was like, we need one. And he's like, no, we don't. And I was like, I really want one. And he's like, well, I think that's stupid and la, 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 la. Anyway, next minute, both of us start getting ads in Instagram, on Facebook as well for me, for robotic vacuums. And he was like, this is really creepy. They're listening to us and this is, and he deleted Instagram. So is it true? Could it be possible that Big Brother, aka Zuckerberg, who owns Instagram and Facebook, is listening to everything that we say and then directly targeting us based on conversations that we have? I've actually had an example where I was thinking about something, like literally thinking about it, and the next day I saw ads for that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not going crazy.
Okay, good, because I was like, this is really freaky. And I mean, I have heard that it's true, but I was like, is this a conspiracy theory, or is this real?
It's not a conspiracy theory. So from the day I found out I was pregnant, I had never searched anything about pregnancy. I did not follow any pregnancy accounts. I started seeing ads. And I was like, isn't that interesting?
Uh,
Isn't
I've
that
actually
interesting?
I saw this thing on Instagram the other day about a woman who she was sharing this thing where you can go onto Google and you can look at the back end of your profile, and it essentially has everything you've ever searched, and it basically it rates you and collates your interests.
Yeah. Anyone that uses these platforms, do you really look at the terms and conditions before you accept them? No. All the
No.
information is in there. You just accept it. And you are a commodity waiting to be purchased by an advertiser. That's the reality of what every single user account is on these platforms. We're just all up for bid for attention by advertisers.
It's kind of creepy, but I mean, it's just the way
Kind
the
of
world.
creepy, but you could delete your account and not use it. You don't have to use it.
I know, but I really like it.
I know.
I thought about it, like I went through this stage and I was like, this is too creepy. Like I feel like I'm being watched and I don't like this is wrong. And I went through this whole moral, ethical thing. And then I was like, but what would I do if I didn't have Instagram?
You could read the newspaper. You could go for a walk. You could probably be bored in about 10 minutes.
I could probably read books instead, but
you could read books. Yes.
Anyway, I love Instagram and I'm kind of off Facebook. Facebook's meh. That's kind of like the place that I hang out with all my parents' friends. But Instagram is definitely somewhere that I like to play and hang out and connect with people. And it's just there's so much opportunity. And I like consuming the content on there. I like following people. I have gone through a process of deleting and unfollowing a lot of people that were making me, every time I saw their content, I was feeling bad. And I was like, why am I following this person or this thing? Or so I think it's important to be conscious of what you consume, particularly when you use it for business and you can justify being on there all the time. Because
totally.
I'm working.
It can definitely be a black hole, but just reminding yourself, like you've just said, you actually have control over it. The time you spend on the platform and what you see on the platform, no one's holding a gun to your head. It's up to you to set those boundaries and unfollow people and mute people if they don't make you feel good about yourself.
Absolutely. Well, so that people will still have something to read, we probably will stop there and not share any more of your awesome tips. Thank you once again for being on the show. As always, it's a pleasure. And we will share a link to your ebook in the notes when we publish this on all of the places we publish it. But if people want to find you, obviously we'll share your handles, but the best place is Instagram. So your handle is at Brooke Vulinovich. That's
Brooke
it.
Vulinovich is my personal, and Social Club Community is my business. So if you're looking for free Instagram tips and training, then Social Club Community. If you're looking to see what I'm up to in my life, and I do share Instagram tips as well, just probably not as many, on Brooke Vulinovich.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Good luck with your baby, and I hope that everything goes well for the second half of your pregnancy. And
thank you.
I'm glad that you're feeling better because I know how that feels.
It's awful.
I have heard that boy babies make you sicker because of it's different hormones.
It's always something different. All of my girlfriends who have boys didn't get sick. So then we all thought I was having a girl because I was the only person who'd got sick. And then when we found it was a boy, I was like, are you sure?
But then everybody does say that thing. They're like, oh, it must be a really healthy baby then.
Yeah,
me sick.
which
I just
is
say that.
great. And
It
even
is.
the other night, my husband's friends were over and they said something about doing it again. And I was like, yeah, I'd do it again straight away. And Dom was like, but we've just been through this. And I was like, I know, but like babies are cool.
They're cool. Exactly. And like just to have this little person growing inside your
I
tummy.
know. It's
Started
wild.
moving?
Yeah, he does. He kicks a lot.
Oh my
So I
God.
can tell, when he's awake and when he's asleep. He's asleep at the moment. Thanks. Let me get through this podcast. But I think he's definitely going to be a soccer player because he kicks nonstop now. Yeah, it's cool
crazy.
though. Yeah.
It is. It's so amazing. Well, congratulations and
Thank
congratulations
you.
on all your amazing work. And if you want to check out Brooke's social club, I highly recommend it. I was
Thank you.
part of the community for about a year and loved it, learnt so much. And I hope that everything goes well. When are you actually due? What date?
So I'm due 21st of June.
21st of June. All right. What star sign is that going to be?
Oh, someone told me. I'm not sure. I'm not really a star sign person, but someone told me and said that he will be very emotional. I was like, well, Dom's super emotional, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
There you go. Well, good luck, and
Thank
and
you.
I hope that Perth is now getting back to normal after their mini lockdown.
Yeah. I hope that this is the end of all this and we can just return to normal life soon, hopefully.
Amazing. Well, thank you, and I'm sure that we'll speak to you again soon.
Thanks, Emily.
No problems.